The denomination that I hold to is not Anglican, nor is it Roman Catholic. I'm a Eastern Orthodox person, so my church is out of Antioch in Syria. So I know that, like, I heard you and the last gentleman speaking, and I'm not going to contest those points. I'm just going to say that that wasn't my church that was doing that. Like, I'm sure you folks are aware in history that, like, Native American tribes weren't a monolith either, and that a lot of them sided with the British or the French against the British and the French. Some of the major tribes in Canada, Algonquin, Cree, as an example, were very violent throughout those times towards other Indigenous tribes. So, I mean, I know that as a historical fact. You get taught that in school as well. At least I did.
I can
it's
ask
in the
someone
education
to come up if
system.
you want. Yeah.
My ancestor Raj was a Algonquin chief, and he actually met the French fur traders, the first 100 or something like that, that came over for checking out the area. This is like 1600s to like 1614. And one community was able to integrate into their own culture, the Métis, French and Indigenous. And one working out doesn't really compare to the atrocities that happened. But as for Indigenous culture and maybe like fights around lands, the majority of the time they were traveling with the seasons, and once they wore out one area, they were on to the next. So, I mean, maybe here and there, but you'd have to be staying put long enough to actually fight over territory.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I completely disagree. I'm going to be honest.
Where are you getting your information? That's what I'd like to know.
There's obviously a lot of history of settlement by the British and the French.
Yeah, I'm not saying obviously. You say obviously as if everyone should know this. The church. You believe the church.
I think a lot of people don't know church history.
So you're quoting church and not
It's not even my church, right?
Doesn't matter.
But I know the history of it.
Right. And you think that the church is not able to lie to you.